Hi, Kayla. How are you doing today?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
I'm good. I really appreciate you making the time to meet with me. Like we talked about before, we're going to be doing your Wrna assessment. I'm going to be asking you questions about you, what led you to being on supervision, and just trying to get to know you a little bit better. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
Okay. So I have the assessment in front of me. I'm going to be taking notes and writing. I am listening to you the whole time, but I'm just letting you know I am going to be writing too.
Okay.
Okay. Um, so are you good to just jump in and get started?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. This first section is about, why you're on supervision. I know you're currently on supervision for possession of meth and possession of heroin. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So can you tell me a little bit about what happened?
Yeah, so this happened over in Idaho. I um was compacted over here. But basically just the police there know who I am. They know who my husband is, and they definitely like kind of target us. And I had been pulled over a couple of days before this all happened, and they searched my car, didn't find anything. And so basically, I thought like I was good, and then got pulled over like 2 days later by the same cop again. And when they searched the car again, I had some drugs on me. And like, yeah, I had the drugs. But I just really didn't think that I was going to be getting pulled over so quickly again. I think it's just because like they knew who I was hanging out with and they were just targeting me.
Oh, okay. Were you with your husband at the time?
No, he was not in the car when this happened.
So it was just you in the car?
Yeah.
Okay. So just you in the car. How did you feel like you were treated fairly by the police during that whole thing? Because it sounds like you were stopped and then you got stopped again.
Yeah, I mean, like they were fine during it, like, and how they treated me, but like I mean, it was like why'd they pull me over again? Because I felt like they just like are trying to target, they were trying to target me essentially because of who I was hanging out with.
Mhm.
So I didn't think that part was exactly fair.
Yeah, so you felt like you were known to them anyway, and like you just felt like it was just a target on you because you're known in the community for
For
using in
who I
your
hang out
past
with.
and who
My
you hung
my
out with and
husband is like no
yeah.
well known by them, and I like especially because he wasn't in the car. Like why were they pulling me over at that point? Whatever.
Mhm. Okay. Did anything come from that search of your car the few days prior?
The initial search,
Mhm.
no, and then they pulled me over like 2 days later, and that's where I caught these charges.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. So you got put on probation, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you think it was fair to be put on probation or what do you think? I think it was
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like I did have them in my car,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
yeah, like
So you
it's
take
fine.
accountability for it. You're like, yeah, I did it. Like I'm here. I'm just gonna do
Yeah,
this.
just want to like get through. I'm glad that I got to come to Oregon,
Mm.
so that's a good thing.
How do you feel about the whole situation looking back at it now?
Mm, I mean, it is what it is. Like I feel fine about it. I wish I didn't do it. But it is what it is.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you walking through that with me and kind of talking about what led you here. So next I'm going to ask you about your criminal history. So do you have any other prior felonies?
Um, let's see. I I think that I have one other misdemeanor and yeah, one other felony.
Okay. And were any of them violent offenses, like any assaults or anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you tell me a little about what happened with that?
Yeah, so I used to work at this place in Idaho, and this girl and I, we just like had beef. Like we both danced there, and we were at a different place when this happened, so it didn't happen at work, but we just didn't get along, and it was like a drunken night, and we just got in a fight, and I hit her with something, and got in some trouble for that.
Okay. So it was kind of a drunken, if you guys had issues and you guys were
And
drunk,
like all just
right?
like came it
It
all
just
just came to a head, like
came to a head.
stupid work drama
Mm.
rolled over into a party we were at.
Oh my gosh. Were you ever on probation or parole or anything like that for that crime, or
Yeah, I did go to prison for that.
oh, you went to prison for that one?
Yeah.
How long did you do prison? How long were you in prison for?
For only 14 months.
Oh, okay. How did you do on parole when you got out?
Um, I've been doing okay because I mean, yeah, I did okay. Like I've been in and out of treatment and have gotten in some gotten in some trouble, violated some things here and there, do some jail time every now and then, but overall it's been fine.
Okay. Um, and how long ago was that? That
That
you
was in 2019.
okay, so 2019. And how old are you again?
I'm 35.
35. Okay, perfect. All right. So, the remainder of this interview is designed to help me get a sense of you and what some of your needs might be. I'm going to use this information to help link you to programs, services, that will hopefully benefit you in the future. We're going to begin by discussing your education and employment. Are you okay with that?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. So, do you currently have any trouble reading or writing?
Nope.
And have you ever been diagnosed with any learning disabilities, ADD, ADHD, or any special education needs?
No.
And have you ever attended special education classes or received any services for students with learning disabilities?
No.
And did you graduate from high school or receive a GED?
Yeah.
Was it high school or a GED?
I went to alternative high school, so I
Okay,
guess it's my GED.
okay, that's awesome. And have you ever received any like job related license certificate, like a food handler's card or anything like that?
I mean, I've taken some classes to like be my own business owner.
Okay, well, that's really cool. What kind of business do you want to run?
It's just like this pamper woman, like you buy into it, and then you just like try to like sell it to your, friends and family and stuff like that.
Okay, okay. Any other type of classes or anything like that?
No.
And have you ever attended any college or anything just for like one term or anything?
No.
Okay. And you talked about like the business. Is there any type of educational future plans that you want to do or just like focus on work or
Not really. I mean,
okay.
I'm not doing that. Like I took like a couple classes for that thing, but it just isn't for me. So basically right now I'm just like focusing on like social, like, getting social security. I clean houses every now and then for random people sometimes when I need money.
Okay. And you mentioned that you are currently cleaning houses and trying to get your social security. Do you have any other employment? Are you currently employed or is it like side work that you're doing?
It's like side work.
Okay.
I can't really like hold down a job right now.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about why?
Well, I don't know. It's just schedule's not really like, I don't know. I'm just like not super reliable on a schedule, and um I don't know. People get weird about, drug tests and things like that.
Okay. Is are you using, is that why it's a struggle to get to work and make it on time and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's definitely something we can work on in the future is, if you want, is like time management and helping you get there, if that's
Yeah.
something you're
Yeah,
interested
I
in.
definitely want to get my social security, that's for sure.
Yeah, and that's takes schedules and appointments and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So we
Yeah.
can definitely work on that and set some goals. So in the last 3 years before your offense, I know you mentioned that you were working at that club. And did you have any experiences finding or keeping a job other than that? Or how long did you work there for?
I worked there for like 5 years.
Okay.
So really no. And like I liked that flexibility because like you kind of just like make your own schedule, like it's up to me, right? Like
Mhm.
if I make money or not. So
Yeah.
um I could go in for like a couple days a week or I could go in for more than that. It just is what I wanted to do.
You want to like work for yourself then and like be able to manage your own schedule and stuff like that.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure. Do you own or lease a car?
No.
Do you have a checking account?
No.
Do you have a savings account?
No.
Okay. Are you or you and your significant other able to pay your bills without any financial help from family or friends?
Um no, we get help from
Okay.
family and friends.
Okay. And during your adult life, have you ever been homeless or lived in a shelter?
Yeah.
Do you make less than $10,000 per year?
Oh yeah.
And do you live in a household where at least one member has full-time year-round employment?
No.
Okay. And who are you living with again? We'll get to that, but I'm just curious.
Right now I'm living with my boyfriend.
With your boyfriend? Okay. And so these are some more financial questions. And the scale on this question is no, some, or a lot. So are you worried whether you are going to make ends meet? Like,
No, we always figure it out.
okay. And do you have any children?
Yeah, I have two girls.
You have two girls, okay. And are you the provider for for your girls, or?
No, I don't have custody of them
Okay.
anymore.
And do you have medical insurance?
Yeah, I've got Oregon Health Plan.
Are you receiving any public assistance?
No.
And do you live in public housing?
No.
Do you receive food stamps?
Yeah, I do.
And have you had any recent problems like eviction, bankruptcy calls from collection agencies, utilities being cut off, repossession of property, things like that?
No.
Okay. I really appreciate you being open with me today, Kayla.
Yeah.
That's really helpful.
Yeah.
So I know we touched a little bit about, you said you're living with your boyfriend, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so now I'm gonna just talk to you about your housing. So do you feel safe in your home?
Yeah.
That's good. And is it stable? Like, can you count on there being there for the foreseeable future?
Yeah.
Is your home free of violence?
Uh, yeah.
Okay. And is it free of substance abuse?
Um,
You can be honest with me, Kayla. That's okay. There's no judgment in this whole thing.
for the most part, yeah, it is, but sometimes not.
Sometimes not. Okay. Do you use at home, or do you and your boyfriend use, or?
Um, yeah, yeah, we use he doesn't really like it when I use at home, but I'll like go to like cleaning jobs and use there and stuff.
Okay. Okay. Does he use?
Yeah.
Okay. Does he use at home?
Uh yeah.
Okay. But he doesn't like you using at home?
Yeah, doesn't really like that too much.
Okay. Okay. Has he said why?
Um he- I don't know, just I don't know. It probably just sounds super dumb, but I think that he'd prefer like for me to like he would prefer for me to be clean.
Oh, okay, so he wants you to be clean and so like he's supportive of you
Yeah.
getting clean and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay,
We fight more, and so it just is what it is.
when you guys are using.
Yeah, like if I'm
Oh,
using two, we just tend to fight more.
okay, that makes sense. So during the 18 months prior to when you got on supervision, how many times did you move?
Um, prior to supervision, probably like one time.
Only one, okay. And will you be living with your boyfriend for the next several months or on your
Yeah,
own? Okay.
yeah, that's the plan.
And what's your boyfriend's name again, just so I know?
His name's Ryan.
Ryan, okay. Cool. And are you concerned at all about your safety?
Um, no,
Okay. And within the last year, has domestic violence taken place in your home?
no,
And do the police come into your neighborhood a lot?
yeah.
All right, so next I'm gonna ask you some questions about your friends and people you spend some time with.
Okay.
So have any of your close friends been in trouble with the law?
Yeah.
Have any of your close friends been on probation or parole supervision?
Hmm. Yeah, they have.
Right. Have any of your close friends done prison time?
Yeah.
Have you ever committed any crimes with a friend?
Hmm.
Do you associate with any positive people who are like clean and sober, holding down jobs? Anyone like that?
Yeah. I've got like one person.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit about that friendship?
Yeah, it's someone who I've just like it's like a family friend who I've known
Oh,
a long time. Her name's Sarah. She's just like a normal person. She works at a cabinet shop where they make cabinets. I'm not really sure what she does there. I think she's just like clerical work. But she's like, she's just somebody who's like been there for me kind of always. And, she focuses on her family and her kids, and she does like cool things with her girls and like makes bows and stuff like that. So she's really crafty. And so I'd say like that's a pretty, like, she's just like a pretty good person.
mhm. That's really great that you have someone like that in your life that you can rely on and maybe look to when you're having a hard time.
Hmm.
That's really huge. Um, do you spend time with people who use drugs or alcohol?
Hmm. Yeah.
And if you look at your group of friends, would you say that most have been involved with the law or
Yeah. Basically everyone.
basically everyone besides Sarah?
Well, I did, uh, she did do some time, and
Oh, okay.
she's just like doing better now.
Okay, well, that's really great. That she's also been there, so you've seen
Yeah.
her, you know, do better and stuff. So now I'm gonna ask you some questions about how you're feeling. Like I'm gonna talk to you about things like anger, depression, and other mental health concerns that are common for a lot of women. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So would you describe yourself as having a strong temper?
Yeah, I've got a temper.
Okay, what does that look like for you?
Um, I mean, I really don't like being, I don't know. There's just certain things that like, what does my temper look like? Yelling, screaming, cussing, throwing things. Um, yeah, that's what it looks like, I guess.
Does it take you a while to get there, or is it pretty quick?
Um, it's it kind of depends. Like there's certain things that like really trigger me. Like I don't like being called a liar. I don't like, like I don't know. I just don't like people like really trying to pressure me and stuff. But like I'll be tolerant to a point, and but like yeah, if somebody really does something that pisses me off, then I can get there pretty quickly.
Okay, so it sounds like you are pretty tolerant, pretty patient with people, but like if they hit a trigger button or if they're just like constantly pushing your buttons, then you know, you might yell, scream, cuss. You've thrown things before.
Yeah.
Do you tend to be do you tend to use and that happens more frequently, or
Mm,
is it kind of both?
yeah, I could see that like being related.
Mhm. Okay. Um, so you don't really have trouble controlling your temper when you're upset, or would you say that you do?
No, like when I'm upset, like I probably do have trouble controlling it.
Okay. Were you angry or upset when you were pulled over and all that? Within the past 3 years, have you ever hit or hurt anyone, including family members, when you're upset, excluding any self-defense?
No.
Have these events ever resulted in any, oh wait, sorry, I'm skipping that. Have you ever have any within the last 6 months, have you had any times when you think you got too aggressive when something made you angry?
No.
Sorry, I got confused on my form.
That's
I
right.
already asked you the questions. So talking a little bit more about mental health, have you ever seen a mental health counselor, therapist, psychologist, or psychiatrist for help with a problem?
Yeah.
How long ago was that?
Oh God. I mean, I've been seeing like counselors and therapists and like, I don't know, getting things since I was like 15.
Okay, so has it been just in and out, off and on?
Yeah, in and out, off and on. I did like uh, you guys like made me do a mental health referral, yeah, last year. And so, yeah.
Okay. Were you ever diagnosed with any mental health illness or anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've got anxiety, depression, um, personality disorder, they say, anxiety. Did I say that? PTSD,
Okay.
but I don't want to take any drugs for those.
Okay. Have you ever have they ever prescribed you medication? Have you ever taken it before?
Yeah, they do. They have prescribed it, but I don't like taking it. You gain too much weight on it.
Okay. So you'd rather figure out other ways to cope with that stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. And have you ever seen things or heard voices that weren't really present?
Yeah.
Have you ever attempted suicide?
Yes.
Okay. How long ago was that?
Um, well, that was probably like 2 or 3 years ago when I was going through losing custody of my girls.
Mhm. Okay. And were you ever hospitalized or placed in like a mental health unit for any? Did that happen when you 2 to 3 years ago, or was
Yeah.
that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then when I was like 17 too.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you sharing that with me. I know it's tough. So now we're gonna shift gears into how you've been feeling over the last several days. Okay. So are you currently experiencing any problems concentrating or staying focused?
Um, yeah, probably.
Okay. Any mood swings, ups and downs,
No.
experiencing a loss of appetite,
No.
have having many thoughts that others are out to harm you,
No.
experiencing fears about the future which are difficult to cope with,
No.
any trouble sleeping because you're too worried about things.
Mm, mm, no, not because of that.
Okay. Um, why are you experiencing trouble sleeping?
Oh, I just stay. I just am. awake person. I just am always awake, but
Okay.
it's not because I'm worried about things. It's just is what it is.
Okay. And are you worrying so much about things getting done that you're having trouble getting going or getting things done?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. And seeing things or hearing voices that aren't really present?
No.
And you're not taking any medications, correct? And are you experiencing any thoughts of suicide currently?
Not right now.
Perfect. All right. So this next part, I'm going to ask you questions about whether or not you've been physically or sexually abused as a child or an adult. There are only 4 questions in this section, and if the questions are too difficult to answer, we can just move on. Please understand that these types of experiences that would be considered abuse include hitting, slapping, pushing, kicking, or threatening to hurt you. Are you okay if I ask you these 4 questions?
Mhm.
Okay. So have you ever experienced physical abuse as an adult,
Yeah.
as a child?
Hmm.
Okay. Have you ever experienced sexual abuse as an adult,
Yeah.
as a child?
Hmm.
I appreciate you answering those. Are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So, in your life, have you ever had an experience that was so frightening, horrible, or upsetting that in the last month you have had nightmares about it or thought about it when you didn't want to?
No.
Tried hard not to think about it or went out of your way to avoid situations that reminded you of it?
Yeah, probably that.
Okay. Were constantly on guard, watchful, or easily startled?
Yeah, I get easily startled.
Okay. Felt numb or detached from others' activities or your surroundings?
Hmm.
And are you currently being stalked or emotionally abused, humiliated, threatened, harshly ridiculed by someone close to you?
No.
Thank you for answering those questions. Do you need a minute or can we keep going?
I'm good.
Okay. So this next part is asking you about your history of drug and alcohol use and current drug and alcohol use. So have you received, you mentioned that you had been to treatment before earlier in
Hmm.
our conversations. Um, can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, I've done a lot of different treatment.
Okay.
Like like two when I was like I went to treatment, I think when I was like 15, another one when I was 17. And then I've done like 3 in the past 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So lots of treatment.
Lots of treatment. Okay. Um, so drugs and alcohol were involved in the current offense,
Hmm.
obviously, because you're on for possession. And did you receive any within the last 6 months, any conduct violations, law violations, or technical violations that related to your drug or alcohol use?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've had a dirty UA.
You had a dirty UA in the
Uh-huh.
last 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay. And have drugs or alcohol ever in like your whole lifetime made it difficult for you to perform at work or in school?
Yeah.
Have any family or friends ever expressed concerns about your drinking or drug use?
Yeah.
And when you start drinking or using drugs, do you have a difficult time stopping?
Yeah.
Do you associate with any individuals who drink heavily or use drugs?
Yeah.
Okay. And are you currently going to treatment right now?
Mm, I haven't been to the last few.
To the last few, okay. Um, so you've missed a couple groups.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't really like some of the girls in there.
Okay, so you're struggling with the girls in the group? What about the counselor?
Mm, Jeremy's okay.
Okay. So you like the counselor, just the people in the group are not the best.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you ever experienced any health or emotional problems that resulted from your drug or alcohol use?
Uh, yeah, probably.
Okay. And has drugs or alcohol ever resulted in marital or family fights?
Yeah.
Has drug use ever resulted in financial problems for you?
Yeah.
And you said that you live with your boyfriend and you both are currently, he uses drugs and you use drugs, correct?
Yeah, I did say that.
Yeah. Okay. And did your drug use ever involve any opiates, hallucinogens, ecstasy?
Uh-huh.
Okay. And during your most active periods of drug use, do you use on a daily basis?
Yeah, during my most active.
Mhm. Okay. Do you currently feel like you need to use drugs first thing in the morning?
No.
Okay. And are you currently using?
Not today.
Not today. Did you use, when was the last time you used?
Probably like 8 days ago.
Okay. Okay. What did you last use?
Meth.
Meth. Okay. Is that what you primarily use right now?
hmm
Okay.
I'm clean off of the opiates, which is like good.
That's huge. That's huge. That's a really, really hard one.
And I'm only doing meth like when I can get it.
Hmm. Okay. So it's not like a consistent daily thing for you right now. It's just like if it's
No, I
around.
don't. No, I don't have access to it like that.
Okay. If it's around, you use it. If not, then you're good.
Yeah.
Okay. So, in this next couple sections, I'm going to ask you some questions about your relationship with significant others, your kids, and your immediate family. So let's first talk about your relationships with your significant other. So you mentioned you have a boyfriend, correct? Okay.
Yep.
And before you mentioned that you have a husband, are you still currently married?
Yeah.
Okay. Is he still in Idaho?
Yeah, he's doing some time there.
Okay. How long has he been in prison for?
God, like almost 4 years.
Okay.
He's
Okay.
got like two more to do.
Okay. How long have you been with your boyfriend?
Like 3 months.
Okay. And then how long have you and your husband been together?
Um, I'm trying to think.
Mhm.
Like 8 years.
Okay. That's a significant amount of time.
Yeah, off and on.
Okay. And you said he has about 2 years left?
Yeah.
Okay. And do you think he's gonna move to Oregon or are you wanting to
Yeah,
go
that's
back
what I hope so.
to? Okay.
That's what I
So he
would
wants
want.
to move here and get out of the area.
Yep.
Okay.
Get him over here, that would be better for both of us.
Okay. And is the relationship satisfying to you with your husband?
Yeah.
Okay. What about with your boyfriend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Things are good. He gives me a place to stay.
Your boyfriend does?
Mhm.
Mhm. Okay. So now we're going to talk about your children. So do you have, how old are your daughters?
11 and 8.
Okay. Okay. And do you have contact with them?
Um, a little.
A little bit.
One
How
of them.
how often?
Um, like I don't know, maybe every couple months, maybe for my oldest, and then I don't have contact with my youngest.
Mhm.
She was adopted.
Okay. Um, Okay, so you said that you don't have any custody of your children. You mentioned that before.
No, my parental rights were terminated.
Okay.
So.
And with your oldest, are you involved in any decisions related to school, health, outside activities?
Yeah, her dad like keeps me updated when I give them a call, and like just right now I haven't been doing the best, so I haven't been calling a lot, but if I call, he responds and lets me know what's like going on with her and how
Mhm.
things are going.
Okay, when was the last time you talked to him or your daughter?
Mm, probably like 3 weeks ago.
Okay,
Just checking
so
in.
pretty recently.
Yeah, just checking in. Yeah.
Okay. And do you feel like you're prepared to be a good parent?
Mm, yeah.
And if you were to get clean, would you be able to obtain custody of your oldest, or is that not?
No, that's
No, okay.
not an option anymore. But I do, I appreciate that he still lets me kind of know what's going on with her.
Yeah, that's huge. That's a lot. And with your youngest, you said that she's adopted out.
Yep.
Okay,
And yeah, they won't even, they
no
just
contact
like
at
I
all.
don't exist. So,
Okay. And were you ever investigated for any type of abuse, neglect by police, children's services,
yeah,
school? Okay.
because of my drug use.
Are you good to get to this last section? Okay. So we're gonna talk about your family. Here, we only want to focus on close biological or adoptive family members. So how is your relationship with your family?
Um, it's just, I don't know. It's dumb. It's a lot of drama.
Okay, so it's a lot of drama. And is it is your mom in your life? Dad?
Yeah, so like I really don't like talk to like any aunts or uncles or cousin. Like I don't really have a big family at all, but like the two family members that kind of haven't cut me off is my mom and my grandma.
Mhm.
And like me and my mom definitely have our shit that we like get into. Like, I mean, I don't know, she hates me, that's for sure. But my grandma, she's cool.
Okay, so you have a good relationship with grandma. She sounds like she's supportive of you and you talk to her pretty frequently.
Yeah.
Okay, but mom is someone that you cannot talk to.
I mean, she's here. Like, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, she's who got me to come to Oregon, but like,
Mhm.
it's just like we just say a lot of like mean shit to each other all the time.
Mhm. Has your relationship with her always been like that, or?
Yeah, it's always been pretty bad. Like, I straight up think she hates me. She's like always tells me that she just wishes she never had me and I was like never born. And
Oh my gosh.
so I don't know. I know I'm a burden to her, um, but like she's all I have. And so, um, and like I fuck up too. So I get it sometimes.
That must be really, really difficult to go through. I'm really sorry
Yeah.
about that.
But she's my mom. So
Yeah, it's complicated. Okay. How often do you talk to your mom or your grandma?
we're like all the time, like probably not going more than a few days without talking to them.
Okay.
And when I do, she calls you. So
Yeah, I've talked to her a couple times. So, um, does you said that there's some of your family doesn't talk to you at all?
um
Been cut off?
well, we just don't really have a big family. So
Okay.
not really like refusing. I mean, I don't know. I've got like some cousins and aunts and uncles, but they live like over on the East Coast. So like I don't know that they've really cut me off. It's just we just have never been close family.
Okay. Any siblings or anything like that?
No.
Okay. So there's no one that refuses to communicate with you because they're angry with you or anything like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's because like they're angry with me. It's like more just like we don't really know each other.
Okay. Um, does your family tend to be critical of you when they communicate with you?
Hmm. Yeah.
Is that mostly with your mom?
Yeah. And my grandma too sometimes.
Mhm.
Like she's not really into the new boyfriend right now, but what I mean, whatever. Like I get I should have a boyfriend when I'm married, whatever.
Well, life's complicated, so.
Yeah, it's a complicated situation. He's in prison, so
Mhm. Does your family encourage you to participate in any programs, classes, treatment, anything
oh
like
yeah.
that? Mhm. Is it both mom and grandma or?
Yeah. Yeah, they both remind me when it's time to go to group.
Mhm. Okay, so they're pretty supportive of you getting clean and sober. Do either of them use at all?
No.
No, okay. Um, do they offer you help to meet your conditions of probation, like offer to give you rides, things like that?
Yeah, my mom, she gives me rides, and if I like need my yeah, she helps me out. And my mom doesn't use now right
Okay.
now, but yeah, she's like there's just been stuff in the past.
Okay, so it sounds like she has used in the past then?
Yeah, she's had her own stuff. She's been in
Okay.
trouble too.
Okay. Um, so has she ever been in trouble with like law enforcement, problems with domestic violence,
Yeah.
other, okay. So kind of all of that too.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so that is it for the questions that I have. There is a little survey that you're gonna do, but we can do that next time you're in the office,
Okay.
and then we'll score this, and then we'll go over it. Do you have any questions or anything that you feel like you need to clarify? Anything that I might have missed or brushed over?
Mm, no, I don't think so.
Okay, well, I really appreciate you, meeting with me today, Kayla, going over all these questions. I know it can be a lot. I appreciate you though, taking the time, being honest with me, and hopefully we can put together a plan to help you reach some of your goals that you talked about,
Okay.
throughout the assessment. I will see you next time and thank you.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Thanks.